Hey folks, this is Ken from Silly Westies. Well, I've got a new project. Yeah, just couldn't resist to build more modules. I'm building some of our mini modules. This is some of our mini modules I'm building. Woo! This is a 14/7/8 honorary 15-inch module, and you're going to probably say, what in the world are you doing here? Well, this is actually goes from 48 inches off the floor. Built the legs, and it's 48-inch set of legs. They're actually 44, and we're going up to 51 and a half. You'll say, why 51 and a half? Well, most of all our other new modules now are 51 and a half, so our it'll clear 3-inch clear. It'll clear the NMRA gauge. So I'm going 51 and a half, and then what I'm doing is I had a real neat idea, and that is I want an abandoned narrow gauge line. So it's kind of it's happening before the actual narrow gauge or the dual gauge. You'll say, why? Well, it's fictitious railroad. It's my railroad, dang it, I'll do what I want. Anyway, so what I'm doing is I'm hot gluing, I'm gluing this 20-inch radius curve across here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut it out in between the right-of-way here, get plenty of clearance, and then of course I'll have an outside piece here that'll conform to that. And what I'm going to do is in some of this I'm going to actually leave the narrow gauge line or the track and rails on them, and I'm going to stop them out at the ends that they'll clear the gauge, and then of course it'll start again here. I'm just kind of getting some of the uprights here and there. Over at this real deep area here, I'm thinking about putting in a couple of abutments, and then that'll just disappear, of course, off to the edge of the module. Of course, all this is going to be cut out. You're going to say, well, why did you do that? Well, I wanted to keep a nice even grade, a good, at least about a 20-inch radius. So this is scrap Luan. So what it also is, I've got the dual gauge track that's going to be about a 5% grade. At least the grade won't be pretty much except a couple feet here on the middle of the module. Our modules are 8 feet long, 14 7/8 wide. Why 14 7/8 is so we carry our modules next to each other, not just like the one over here in the corner. We double stack them, so we give at least a 1/4 of an inch clearance. So what I'm doing right now is I'm going ahead and I'm going to glue these areas in, and I'm going to cut these areas out, and then start gluing in the uprights for the dual gauge, and then it's almost ready for scenery. Of course, I've got a scrap piece of dual gauge track here. Gives you an idea. This will of course be cut out, and there'll be rock cuts, and it'll go in and out between rock cuts. And I'm not doing any tunnels on this one. The next one I'm thinking about putting a highway underneath the main line here, and maybe, I don't know if I'll do a tunnel, but it's similar to that. It's basically doesn't have any legs yet. We put the glue on here last, or bottles, to hold it down, and then try to estimate the grade. Again, they're very lightweight modules. This module probably weighs about 10 or 15 pounds, pretty light. And of course I got the corner brackets here, as you can see. Got 1-inch hinges here, and no adjusters. I've got little plastic feet on the bottom, and this sets up really fast. And of course it'll have the pins on there just like our big modules. So anyway, this is an introduction of a construction module, and hopefully I can do this from beginning to end. The most complicated part, and probably the most expensive, will be the scenery as usual. So anyway, this is Ken from Silly Westies. This is going to be part 1 of building a module and scenicking a module. and hopefully I'll be able to conclude this right to the very end. You'll see from beginning to end. So this is Ken from Silly Westy saying adieu.